we do a lot of collaboration with our clients, and we do that on Teams. And I know a lot of people who converted to using Teams within their businesses. Some of those have been successful, some of those people have struggled in places for it. Some of it's quite technical, so you have to have the infrastructure set up right in the background first in order to make sure that Teams will allow you to collaborate with external people from different companies. But Microsoft are working very hard to increase the functionality that sits within Teams, to make it more usable, to make sure that it delivers what people really need as an online meeting and collaboration tool right now. So I'm going to hand back over to Si now, because there have been some changes over the past couple of weeks that sit within Teams. So we just wanted to help you out and make sure you know what they are and how to use them.
Excellent, thank you, Tracy. So let's take a look at some of the new Teams features. Just to say, one of the nice things that Teams has provided is the ability to change your background. So you can go into the 3 dots on your main bar and say show background effects, and that way when you're working from home and you don't want people to see your lovely bedroom behind you, you can select a different bit of scenery. As I have done, I've selected an office for my background, but that just gives a nice little flavour to your background within Teams. You can add your own pictures to these backgrounds, and if you follow the path of your name, the app data, roaming, Microsoft Teams backgrounds uploads, you'll need to rewind the video and relook at this to remember that string. But when you get to uploads, you can just put pictures in there, and those pictures will then appear in the right-hand column for you to be able to select those images as your background. So that's one nice little feature. The other thing that has happened within Teams is they have changed Teams now to be able to take 9 videos while you're in a meeting. So this was a clip I took from one of our Teams meetings this morning. And so that allows you to see more people. Just to know, a couple of things of interest on this. You'll only see 9 pictures if you're on a computer at the moment. Microsoft is still rolling this out, so it's just landed on Windows 10 platforms, and it will go to Macs and other platforms soon. So this is a Windows 10 platform change. You'll also notice that they've put a new icon on the menu at the bottom. And again, if you're a trainer or you're doing anything with Teams where you've got a lot of people and you want to be able to know that people need help, that raise your hand icon, what it does, and you can see on the screen here, it just puts a little hand up on the image of the person, and it will also tell you in your attendees space that you've got 2 people with their hands up. You can then open that attendee space, and again, actually those 2 people put their hands down, and then Brad and Jordan put their hands up. So on the right hand side you can see who's got their hands up in the meeting. So it's just a really helpful way of interacting with people in the meeting session. The other thing in Teams that is new and helpful is in the chat area. So Teams for Teams is great, but also chat enables you to do one-to-one conversations, or indeed several people at the same time that are not part of a team. Well, that's always been there, but what you can now do is you can put those chat calls on hold. You can transfer those calls, or you can consult and then transfer. And so just talk through those different options of transferring. So within your business, rather than picking up the phone, you can use Teams to hold these conversations, and be video conversations or phone conversation or audio conversations. So if you're on the phone through Teams, as it were, in a conversation, you can then say, I want to transfer this call. So if you transfer it, click on the transfer section here, And what will happen is it will push that call up to the top left and say that is transferring to a different person. So you're no longer part of that conversation, although you can force it to hang up by hitting the hang up button there. So if you can see that that phone is just ringing out, you can hang up that call. To transfer and consult, basically the first thing it asks you to do is say, who do you want to transfer stroke consult with? So I selected Hector in this case, and what it then gives you is the opportunity to text Hector and say, hey Hector, are you okay for this call? Or indeed you can call Hector yourself and say, and have a conversation with him, and once you've had that conversation you can then click on transfer, or indeed if you're doing it via text, click on transfer. So just a couple of little ways there that Microsoft have adapted Teams, tried to make it more interactive, more connected. And for those of you that have your phone systems connected to Teams, which is an option, then of course these all take on new meaning as well. So that's me, and all exciting new things happening in Teams.
Thanks, Si. Yeah, it's a constantly evolving package, Teams is, with some brilliant features that are coming into it.